going to talk about some lessons that I learned while starting my business. Before I sold women's underwear on the internet, I worked in B2B tech marketing. The first thing is, like, I don't really shop. I don't like shopping. And that means my underwear drawer gets pretty gross if I don't shop for underwear for 2 years. It looked kind of like that. It was not pretty. The second lesson I learned is that once you've graduated from college, you probably shouldn't be wearing underwear that says "call me" on the front of it. I started buying Victoria's Secret pink when I was in high school, and I guess I just never stopped. Third lesson, there's never a perfect time in your life to start a business, and there's nothing that really prepares you for it perfectly, so you should probably just do it. I started my business at Startup Weekend in Tahoe, and it was awesome, so plug for Startup Weekend. Lesson 4, all that stuff said, don't start an e-commerce business, go start a tech business. When you ship physical product, there's so much in your supply chain, and each little step cuts away at your margin, and you make less money. In fact, like, one mistake that I made coming from tech was I didn't really, I calculated my customer lifetime value incorrectly. In tech, we assume that the margin is 100%, so all your customer revenue is equal to profit. That's not true in a product business. And lesson 6 is about marketing. You've got to show the panties. So I did a user test once, and the respondent said, like, oh, it looks like you took these pictures with your smartphone and you only have 4 different products. And it was true. I got better photos, improved conversion 50%. This lesson's about you can get started really fast without a back end. We had a static website hooked up to Stripe checkout, send me an email. Lesson 8, you can actually get really far just fulfilling out of your apartment. Underwear, you can fit a lot of underwear in a really small space, and doing your own fulfillment, you stay close to the product, you stay close to customers, and you learn a lot. Lesson 9 is about finding an underserved segment of your market. So I went to do some market research, aka I ran out of inventory and went to my local department store, and I knew the brand made it in an extra large. But the rep didn't have it on the shelf, and the rep was kind of snobby when I asked, like, do you have it in extra large? She's like, I don't think they make it. 10, do your own customer service, but then hire someone else to do it for you. You learn a lot at first, but your customers need an advocate, someone that's really thinking about, like, what's best for this customer in this scenario. And as a founder, you've got so many competing interests. 11, when someone says they don't like my panties, like, I shouldn't take it personally. So I stress about everything, and that's like the cut and the color that I'm shipping in each box, and it's okay if they don't like it. 12, it's okay to start small. So the scariest thing I did in my business was starting a giving program. And I was, like, super nervous, like, oh my God, are they gonna judge me? Like, it's so small in the beginning, I won't be able to have much impact, but just do it. No one made fun of me for starting it. This is more about my boyfriend. Convincing your girlfriend to start a panty business isn't the best way to get her to upgrade her underwear drawer. He thought it was a great idea at first. Now he's probably regretting it because starting a business is really hard. And your metrics are going to go up and down. You're going to have good weeks and bad weeks. And it took me a while to separate my self-esteem from my company performance. And it's kind of hard when you do that. Another reason why it's hard, cognitive biases. So you can't read this chart, I can't read it either, but that's all the ways that your mind fucks with you and gets in the way of you making a rational decision. Something particularly susceptible for founders is the optimism bias. The way to get around that is to plan for the worst case scenarios. This is a good lesson. You can imagine, in 5 years, my business was a spectacular failure. What are the headlines around that? What am I telling myself, my friends, my family? And then you can start to create some mitigation plans around that. Like, okay, is it really that bad? Or how could I prepare for it? 17, do it for the experience, not the money. There's a lot of reasons why you will never, ever see the money. Most businesses fail. The experience is something that you can control and something that's a little bit more guaranteed. Probably going to get a good experience out of it. 18, go skiing on powder days. There's a lot of reasons why starting a business is hard. Take advantage of the flexible work schedule while you can have it and treat yourself. And lastly, thanks. I'm Julie. You can follow our company story on Instagram. The handle's @pantydropme, and my email is julie@pantydrop.me if you want to send me questions or whatever. Thanks.